6 months into a pandemic, some people are adjusting to the economic times by jumping back into education, honing their skills, or picking up brand new ones. But is it worth it? Business experts now weigh in as 5 on Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh shows us what you can find, how much it will cost, and what it all can mean to help you rebound.
I have been out of the workforce and out of education for 20 years.
45-year-old Michelle Shane from Solon is used to running her 5 kids to various activities, but now she'll be running on a new path. She's getting her master's in diversity inclusion in the middle of a pandemic.
It just hit me like maybe now is the time, with kind of the world slowing down a little bit.
A lot of us are forced to reassess our lives and careers because of recessions and slowdowns.
Dr. Eli Granaud is the dean of the business school at Ashland University. He tells us various economic crises of the past, including the 2008-2009 housing collapse and in the early 2000s, the dot-com bust, helped make higher education very popular during those times.
And what we saw was a huge surge in applications for business schools, both undergrad, but primarily MBA.
But this crisis has been called different, not the norm. The Wall Street Journal even saying people with a master's of business administration aren't seeing the jobs that they used to. Dr. Granaud tells us once we're past the pandemic, though, businesses will need people ready for a new landscape.
What we teach and what you learn in an MBA program is to prepare for crises, to constantly understand that change is occurring, in fact, to be a driver of change.
So, what's it going to cost you? U.S. News & World Report ranked part-time MBA programs for this school year. In Ohio, 2 schools fall in the top 20, Ohio State and Case Western Reserve. Case has a price tag of nearly $70,000. But several others in our area are much less expensive and still have accredited programs. For example, Cleveland State, nearly $37,000. Ashland, nearly $34,000. Kent State, $30,000, and Akron, $20,000. It all depends on what you can afford and fit into your schedule. Programs are ranging anywhere from 12 months to 2 years or more.
This is the Midwest. This is in Silicon Valley. We need to work. We need to feed our families. We have things to do.
Michelle has things to do, including her certificate course. Then, in January, she starts her 15-month master's program.
Knowledge is never a bad thing. Going back to school and gaining more knowledge is never a bad thing.
I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Jonathan Walsh.
So here's what you need to know in our Rebound Rundown. There are various formats for an MBA: part-time, full-time, and executive. You can spend a wide range of money on an MBA program from $20,000 to well over $100,000. There are many accredited programs in the $20,000 to $30,000 range. Some scholarships available too. Make sure you ask your school for those requirements.
All right, weather-wise.